Hi there, it's Jimmy. We have something really cool today, but first of all, if you liked what you see, please do subscribe and like. If you want to leave comments, please do so, and I try to answer them pretty quickly below. Thank you. But so what we have today is a comparison of two 1995 Saturn models. In 1995, Saturn had the SL, the sedan, the SC, the coupe, and the SW, which was the wagon. We don't have the wagon here today, but we have two gold Saturns, both 95s, the SL2 sedan and the SC2 coupe. So let's compare and contrast them, and we'll also check out a few other things that made Saturn kind of interesting. So first of all, here's the SL2. This is the up-level trim of the sedan. It's famously features the plastic body panels, and with the upper level version, like the SL2 and the SC2, these both have the double overhead cam 1.9 liter engine. So they definitely look similar, family resemblance, which makes sense. Built on the same assembly line in Spring Hill, Tennessee, introduced in 1991. And the 95 was kind of the last year of this generation. But it already, in 95, got upgraded interiors. So it's a little different than just the, the first year models, but they're still the first generation. So let's take a look. Where should we start? Let's walk around the coupe first. The coupe is obviously the swoopy one, two-door with a back seat though. And first thing we see, this is neat, this shows us how the plastic body panels work. So here's a door that someone took the panel off. The panel is lightweight. That's maybe 25 pounds, I don't know. Pretty light. It's painted plastic on one side and black on the other, along with some that's a metal bracket, some soft things for it to rub against, and the mounting parts. How does this work? So the door itself though is steel, the inner parts of the door, so that's all metal. Basically they're just bolted on. The cool thing was you wouldn't get a ding, but these could crack and break, but if they did, basically it's a bolt on, easier than doing metal work. And check this out, the door handle, it still works. Love that. That's cool. So in here we can see how the manual window winder works. Quite rusty in this one. There's different brackets and braces. This is the side intrusion protection bar that's mandated on every car. So not pretty beefy, but not that big. Definitely want to get hit by something huge. Coming around the back, this one is a broken rear window. But again, the styling's pretty swoopy. In gold, it's maybe a little boring, I guess. But what can you do? You've got the full width tail lights here. This is plastic also, but the lid here is metal. So this will ding and dent like this one does, or from a hailstorm like you damaged to. The roof is metal also, by the way. Trunk goes up pretty good. Like I said, metal. Decent size trunk. Nothing special. A lot of black paint in here, which is just kind of how they did the body. The bare body was always painted black on the Saturns. Plastic bumper, nothing special. You can get different wheels. This one just has regular Steelies now with hubcaps, but I believe alloys were standard on these, on the SL2. So again, door panel's plastic. Here displays how it's cracked. Front fender is plastic also. And here you can see it's broken. So that's kind of what happens in an accident. The hood is metal though. So pop-up headlights on these, Saturn logo. Bumper is plastic again. And this fender is busted also. So let's go look at the sedan. So the sedan's similar but different. The body panels are not interchangeable, obviously. While the coupe had the pop-up headlights, the sedan had the fixed headlights. Again, plastic, metal. Another Saturn logo. They did this very well. I believe Hal Riney and Associates in San Francisco designed that. They certainly did the original advertising. I think they designed the logo too. It's nice. It definitely, I mean, that still looks modern. That could be in a car today. So not bad at all. This is how obviously the door panel looks when everything's on it. This one's also missing the rear window. And it's kind of interesting. The Saturns had this rear window is very much like the, the Oldsmobile Cutlass had it as well. Not quite sure who copied who, but the Saturn was a much cheaper car, so I don't think that really did much for the Oldsmobile image. So again, plastic here, metal. This is kind of interesting what's going on here. This car is pretty beat. So here we've got a big break in the rear fender, and actually the trunk light isn't even attached, so it's just lowered out of the way. So it was already damaged, never mind. It's held on by a cable. Here are the keys for the car, so we could start it and go away if we had a battery and if it in fact did run. But here's the corner of the car. So that's the plastic panel on the inside. Taillight's held in. Outside the taillight, outside the panel. So kind of interesting how that works, huh? And here's obviously the inside. Metal, plastic fender liner, metal body that everything just attaches to. Disc brakes. Again, you've got plastic door, plastic rocker panel, molding, steel underneath. This is coming off here also, just like it did on the other one. This is plastic also. Pretty interesting. So let's take a look at the engines now. These are the same engine, but this is kind of interesting how these two, I didn't stage these or anything. This is just how they were when I walked up to them. Like, oh my God, this is so cool. I gotta show everybody this. So here's the twin cam 16 valve engine, Saturn, 1.9 liters, decent performer, front wheel drive, everything's in there. Whole deal was to make everything customer friendly. So you've got windshield washer, coolant, you know, the colored caps. Just kind of the idea is to make it like the Japanese. But you know, by the time the Saturns came out, Japanese had kind of moved on with their game, and so these were great for an American small car, but still a little bit behind the times as far as the competition was concerned. So this is how everything looks when it's pretty much complete. Obviously not here, this is the intake, it's just kind of a mess. Battery tray would have been under there and so forth. Somehow this all connects to the intake hose. And there you go. So now let's go look over at the coupe, because this is cool. So this is the coupe with stuff removed from the engine. Put my prop rod up, just jam it in there, there we go. So exhaust manifold is gone, you can see the block. You see the timing chain, we can see the cams, the camshafts. Totally look inside the engine and exactly what is going on in there. So I'm not sure why this one was taken apart like this, but it was, and it makes for a great little contrast with the other one. I mean, the whole air intake is gone except for up here. But pretty cool, huh? They didn't even call it the engine, they called it the Saturn power module. So told you how the accessory belt was routed, emission control information, emission hose routing, and caution, watch out, the fan blade can start without the engine running. I'm not too concerned about it in this one because there isn't one. So there we go. But yeah, so that's the taken apart engine, and here it is not taken apart. So now let's take a look at the inside of these things. Let's go. This is actually where the biggest difference is in the two cars. This one has a black interior, one has a tan interior. That is the biggest difference. So let's open up our cool door handle here. This is how it looks on the inside without a door panel on it. So you've got the window winder is still here. This is the armrest bracket. It's this molded or stamped metal piece. This is all metal. So, you know, I mean, as much as they said the whole thing's plastic, it's not. It's still a metal door. Whereas a normal, regular door off like this Chrysler, for example, would have a metal skin on the outside and then just a framework on the inside with a plastic panel on it. Here we've got the metal framework, plastic on the outside, plastic on the inside. So this is the redone interior. The seats are kind of plush. There's weird little kind of velour-y fabric for $95. Get a newer steering wheel. This one's a 5-speed manual. Center console is kind of jacked on this one. It's got airbags in there up here and in the passenger side, which is good. That was new for $95, I believe. This one went to 191,565 miles, so not bad. Decent instruments, big, big gauges, easily legible, much like the imports, which is who Saturn was obviously going for. This giant switch for the interior lights. And then your headlight switch on the stock. These stocks were like nothing else that GM had at the time, so made them different. Some people that bought Saturns had no idea they were GM cars, actually, which is kind of interesting, but I guess that was the idea. And Saturn famously did the no haggle pricing thing. So the price you saw was the price you paid, and that's how it was, and a lot of people like that. This one, let's see, this is, no, that's just the loading information. Is there, where's the VIN sticker? Is there? Oh, here it is. So manufactured by Saturn, 0195, so January of 95. So now let's go take a look at the, actually let's look at the other side first. So, because there's some cool stuff here too. This is neat. So there's, oh, there's the valve cover. So this is aluminum and quite lightweight. There's the inside, dried up oil, liquid gasket. Someone had it apart and I think tried to put it together. Again, this is neat. The owner's handbook is actually a hardbound book. That's wild. So haven't seen that before. Certainly not for a mass market car. So a real hardbound book. That's not bad. This one here is the vehicle inspection report from the state of Colorado in when was it? This was October 2018. So 2.5 years ago. Had 187,000 miles on it, and at that time it passed. So not bad. Not sure why it's here now, but I don't know. A lot of manual transmission cars end up in the junkyard. People just it's time to get rid of them, and then nobody wants to take them over. No one knows how to drive manual anymore, sadly enough. And this one, well, with the engine taken apart, most likely some kind of engine issue. So now let's look at the sedan. So this one, what was the other one? The other one was built in door panels coming out. Oh, here's how the door panel is. Plastic. It's not that well attached. Metal door still, like before. This one was built in 0395, so 2 months after the coupe. And this has the tan interior. Very similar looking seats. Actually, these look better. I like this material better. It seems thicker and richer than the coupe. But same steering wheel, also a 5-speed. This one has power windows. The other one does not. The other one has manual windows. Oh, that's actually interesting. I wonder if that really is an SC2 or if it's an SC1 with a twin cam engine. Not quite sure. Sometimes the coupe's got more stuff than the sedans did since we're the sporty model. But anyway, they're similar enough. Same exact dashboard. This one went to 199,538 miles. So the engines did pretty good in these. I mean, barely, almost 200,000 miles. HVAC controls, got the big knobber thing here for the fan, then sliders, which makes sense for everything else. Buttons for the AC, recirculate, defroster button would have come out here. Again, another airbag there, airbag here. You could turn off the automatic power windows for the rear seats. And then this is the mirror control for the right mirror. Left mirror is manual. Interesting, just like Mercedes does it. Pretty cool. Let's check out the back seat. Here we are. Decent, not bad for a small car. Looks comfortable. The butt pocket looks pretty low. I guess the seats, your knees are probably kind of high up, but looks like a decent amount of room. This is, again, looks like nothing else that GM had in their inventory. Very different. Window up and down, lock, unlock, open. Little center ashtray there. It was still those times, and one net in the back of the seat. So let's check out the passenger side. And this is, Saturn definitely saved money here by, they put info on a twin cam is on the lights. The Saturn logo is just stamped into the bumper, and on the coupe it's stamped into the part of the trunk lid. So notice there's no extra badges on the car, so that saves money. Makes perfect sense. Let's open the passenger side here. And here's a better, this is, again, still 95, so same owner's handbook. Again, a hardbound book. Very cool. Love that. Everything in full color. Pretty sharp. Questions, gives you numbers to call. I don't know where that number goes to now. Someone wants to call it. 800-553-6000. Let's see who answers. Airbag, and then just a plastic glove box. So cup holders, cigarette lighter. Where's the ashtray up here? Oh, maybe it came out there, I don't know. And here you had a bin with slots for tapes. I guess the radio would have been there, huh? Yeah, I don't know where you'd flick your ashes. So. And the door panel, just like the other side. Anyway, that was sort of a comparison of the 95 Saturn sedan and coupe. So if you liked what you saw, please hit subscribe and like, and we'll keep doing these. Thank you. Bye-bye.